Netflix made kind of a shocking move a few days ago. For a long time, streaming numbers have been held so close to the vest by nearly everyone. But to be fair, Netflix has always kind of been more transparent than anyone else has been. And when you're the biggest in town, when you got the most subscribers, when you're consistently the ones topping the charts, maybe it makes sense for you to be a little more transparent. Well, they got a lot more transparent a few days ago when they decided to release all of their numbers, all of their data for the amount of times, for the amount of watch time that they had for the first half of 2023. Take a look at this. Netflix takes big data transparency step, releasing viewing numbers for 18,000 titles. It's basically 99+% of their entire streaming catalog. They showed exactly who's watching what and how much people are watching everything. They put out a thing on their own website about all of their data that you can download a report. And really, you talked about a little earlier, Chris. It seems like it's almost like, hey, look at our cards. This is my hand. This is what I'm laying on the deck.
Right.
Anybody else want to show their cards? Disney, Max, Amazon. Do you guys want to show exactly what you're doing? Because it probably isn't going to look as good as ours.
And the data point that's being overlooked is there are 18,000 titles. I mean, how many, if you counted how many titles are actually on Disney Plus? I own the ones that I want. I've got Blu-rays of Snow White and all the classic Disney films that I want to in my library. Peter Pan, without some trigger warning at the beginning. I don't need Disney Plus because anything I would actually watch on it, I already own on a Blu-ray. Netflix has 18,000 titles. That's a big video store. That's 18,000 titles is huge. How many titles are on Disney Plus? How many exactly? If you counted, is it worth the value? Same thing with Max. To me, between Netflix and Max, those are my personal favorite streaming services. There's actually things on both of those I want to see.
Netflix is listen, they do great with their original stuff. A lot of their original stuff does well, but they're dominating with their acquired shit. And what are we now seeing? All the DCEU movies on Netflix. They pay to license those out because people want to watch these. Okay. The Super Mario Brothers movie, which was on Peacock or whatever for how long? It's on Netflix now. And now it's like top 4 or something on Netflix.
And not only that, the ad revenue was something I think they underestimated how losing that would affect their bottom line. And you're going to see more and more of the services have AVOD, which is advertising video on demand, right? You can watch stuff. I mean, Tubi, of all things, is one, they're advertising on the NFL, their service, Tubi, which is free. You can watch tons of stuff on it free with ads. The Batman is on Tubi, among other movies. They've gotten big titles. And by the way, Attack of the Doc, I'll announce it here. Here's some news. Attack of the Doc is going to be on Tubi.
Well, so there's the biggest title they've ever had right there.
Yeah, it's huge. But it's like, eventually you have to go to that because Tubi blowing up, that's really interesting. And the fact that they're spending so much money just to promote it. I don't know if you've noticed the commercials on the NFL. I know you got.
Yeah, there's been a lot. They've been pushing Tubi a lot, and it has grown. But yeah, I really do think that Netflix is challenging everybody else to do it. I think it's partially they know they're the biggest. They know their numbers look better than anybody else's. Right. So it's gonna make everyone else's look like shit in comparison. But also with everything with the writers and actors strikes and those negotiations, those numbers are going to be out there anyway now. Like they just are. They're not going to be able to hide them because they're going to have to disclose them for these residuals. So I think they're just getting ahead of it. And they're like, hey, look at how good we look. Wait till you see some dog shit from Disney Plus and they try to call that a success. Then look at our what an average show for us actually does. That's what I think it's kind of going to be all about.